it's been a busy day today, but we got to get this thing going the best way possible. Play evaluation is 365, right? Now, the reports on C.J. Henderson wanting to trade and pretty much the Jacksonville Jaguars are entertaining that. Keep in mind, he was with the old regime there, so they have no feelings. They have no love for him, basically. So if he want to go, they looking at it like, hey, let him go. Now, what you're getting out of him, if you do decide to pull the trigger on that, would be a silky smooth guy, oily hips, man. 6'1", 204 pounds, give or take. He's a 4'3" guy. Yeah, I believe he ran like a 4'3" something. I had him high on my draft board, and to match him up with this particular team, we know we got Boss Man Fab, we got Nashawn Wright. Some of those guys are the young and up and coming guys like Reggie Robinson, as well as Trevon Diggs. I'm gonna say this old saying: you can never have too many cornerbacks. Let me repeat: you can never have too many cornerbacks, and especially somebody with that level of skill set can match your footwork, and on top of that, he can be right on the hip pocket. And he fits right into that size of what they're looking for. They are looking for a 6 foot and above cornerback who can redirect as well, play physical. And CJ, although I kind of put him more as a boundary corner, playing on that outside edge there, you can also, in a pinch, put him inside the slot, especially with those guys with two-way goals. His redirect game is just that fluid. On top of that, he reads the field pretty well. Now, of course, he still got some things that he got to work on, basically. You know, his posture and some of his release points off of his mechanics, like dropping back into his stance. Those things that he still have to improve. Last season, he had 1 forced fumble and 1 INT. So when we look at everything Cowboy Nation, we can sit back and say, and the Jaguars were a bad team last season. Worse than our Cowboys. So he wasn't that bad. There are good pieces on bad teams that sometimes they may not fit here, but they can fit over there. So the Cowboys really going to have to figure this out. I know. We can sit back and say, well, we got the Stephen Parkers, we got the Reggie Robinson, we got the Nashawn Wright, we got Bossman Fat, Trevon Diggs. We got guys already, right? We got our slew of weaponings or weaponry already. I'm going to say again, you can never have too many. Post down below if you disagree about that. Now, this team, we know for sure there are a lot of other parts that we can look at as it relates to this defense. I mentioned earlier today, I talked about, hey, Ty Nsekhe and Brandon Knight, they good and all, but Russell Okung is out there. You might want to take a look at that. I talked as well about Geno Atkins. Bring him in for a cup of coffee. Or Olivier Vernon. Bring him in for a conversation at least. But money always been an issue. But when you think about C.J. Henderson, and I ain't talking about if you over here in Dallas land, we ain't talking about the chicken. You might can get away with it because he's still under that rookie's contract, and you might can parlay some of the guys that you already got that you have your reservations on, squeeze that around, pay attention to what the Jaguars really need, and kind of leverage it. Now, here's the situation with the Dallas Cowboys. Why this probably will not go through. 9 times out of 10, when a player is angry, mad, and upset, frustrated, got all type of ill feelings toward their team, the first thing they do is say, hey, the agent, hey, I'm going to mention, should the Cowboys be interested? This will spark all type of wildfires and wild, hot takes. What if? You have a guy like me doing videos. You have thousands of other people talking about, hey, C.J. Henderson to Dallas. Dallas will be unstoppable. And all that do for C.J. is draw up the interest. And now more and more teams looking at him like, hey, if the Cowboys want him, we should get him. Or we'll pay a little bit more. See, that's just how it goes. And then the leverage and the talking points, the media, especially ESPN, the four-letter network basically, and NFL, they're going to talk about what if statement or segment, and then da-na-na, da-na-na. C.J. Henderson is now picked up by the New Orleans Saints, or C.J. Henderson is now picked up by. That's how this thing goes. They use the Dallas Cowboys for leverage. That's just how it goes. And I believe in the hearts of hearts, that's how this situation will go. The agent sprinkle, hey, C.J. Henderson, the C.J. Henderson name is big, it blows up, and he goes to another team. But if somehow, one way or another, I'm wrong, and C.J. Henderson find himself in Dallas land, up here in Star in Frisco, working out with our contemporaries over here and everything else. Ooh, you talking about law gonna be crazy. He's one of my dogs. Yes, but I doubt it if that would happen. I doubt it, Cowboy Nation. So if it will happen, man, or if it happened, oh my goodness, it'll be crazy. Boy, you talking about a party. You know, I say ain't no party like a Cowboy party. Boy, we gonna be partying. Jerry gonna be trying to knock on my door. He gonna be like, Law, can I come over? Do you have Johnny Walker Blue? I said, no, I got some head, but I don't got that Johnny Walker Blue, but you can go purchase some and come on over to the crib, over here to the man cave. You know, you can come on down, you know. But when we think about this, Cowboy Nation, it's all fun and game until somebody gets signed, and then we'll dive deep into it. But outside of that, Cowboys better enjoy K-Ron Brown and whoever else we pick up on the low end of it and see what can happen or shake from there. But as far as those guys, trade situation, they rarely do it unless fire and brimstone and break out the glass to get to this access in case of fire. 3 and 5. That's how we got it, Amari Cooper, right? Something drastic got to happen. That's the real deal, Cowboy Nation. It is. That's just flat out how this thing operates. Nevertheless, C.J. Henderson, for those who want his measurables again, 6'1", 204 pounds. He can mirror the receiver. He can track the ball like no other. And on top of that, he's feisty enough to punch the ball, claw the ball out. I can only close my eyes and imagine. Diggs on one side and Henderson on the other side. And he's a 4-3 guy. Speed kills, and speed is always a necessary situation. Oily hips, need to work on his stance a little bit, but outside of that, he's a dog's dog out there. So at this point of the situation, Cowboy Nation, what would you give up? Now, the coach over there lamented that they would not disclose what's going on, whether it's occurrences of him being late or his disgruntles because of the coaching staff. They would not get into details there. So you got to find somebody who works close to the organization that can leak some of that information out. On top of that, what would you guys willing to give up? What will you guys be willing? First round pick, second, a futures pick like a third. Which players would you parlay or sprinkle around and say, okay, we give you this player, that player, to solidify, couldn't even get that word out, but to solidify the acquisition? What would you give up Jaguars going to want something in return. You got to find you a dancing partner. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. My name is Law Nation. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Shout out to Beer Gang Nation all day, baby. Let's go. Salute.